Welcome back everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we are diving into something that might be secretly holding you back in calisthenics. Muscle imbalances. These imbalances aren't always obvious at first, but if left unaddressed, they can significantly limit your progress, make certain exercises feel awkward or unnatural, and even lead to nagging injuries that keep you out of training for weeks or months. If you've ever felt like one arm is doing all the work in push-ups, or noticed that your pistol squat is smooth on one leg but feels shaky and unstable on the other, you're not alone. Maybe you've been struggling with discomfort in your shoulders, lower back or knees, and no amount of stretching or warming up seems to fix the problem. If so, congratulations, you're human. Muscle imbalances are a universal problem. Even elite athletes deal with them. But the difference is that the best athletes work to correct them before they become a serious problem. The truth is, muscle imbalances can be a silent killer of progress. They aren't just about one side being weaker than the other. They can disrupt movement mechanics, reinforce bad habits, and prevent your body from working as a unit. Over time, if these imbalances are ignored, they will hold you back from unlocking new skills, limit your strength, and put excessive strain on certain joints, eventually leading to pain or injury. The good news is that they are completely fixable, and today we are going to break down everything you need to know about them. We'll go deep into what causes these imbalances, how they negatively affect your calisthenics training, and most importantly, how you can correct them to build a body that is not just stronger, but also more balanced, pain-free, and efficient in every movement you do. So, what exactly is muscle imbalance? Simply put, it happens when a muscle or a muscle group is stronger, tighter, or more dominant than its opposing muscle. This throws off movement patterns and forces your body to compensate, leading to poor posture, inefficient mechanics, and increased stress on certain joints. Over time, these small compensations add up, creating weaknesses that become major roadblocks to progress. If you've ever noticed that one side of your body fatigues faster than the other in an exercise, or that a certain movement feels completely different on one side compared to the other, that's a clear sign of an imbalance at play. But why do these imbalances happen in the first place? There are several key reasons. The most common is that we all have a dominant side. If you are right-handed, your right arm and right leg naturally do most of the work in daily activities, and this carries over into training. Without even realizing it, your dominant side tends to take over in bilateral exercises, reinforcing the imbalance over time. Another major reason is training imbalances, especially between pushing and pulling movements. Many people love doing push-ups and dips, but don't dedicate enough time to pull-ups and rows. This creates an overdeveloped pushing strength while leaving the pulling muscles, especially the upper back and scapular stabilizers, weak in comparison. Over time, this leads to rounded shoulders, poor scapular control, and an increased risk of shoulder pain and instability. Another huge contributor to muscle imbalances is lower body dominance, particularly quad dominance. Since calisthenics relies heavily on squats, lunges, and jumping movements, people often neglect training their hamstrings and glutes. Without proper posterior chain activation, the body starts relying too much on the quads, which eventually leads to knee pain, poor hip stability, and an increased risk of lower back strain. This is especially problematic because a weak posterior chain not only limits your leg strength, but also reduces your ability to generate power and maintain proper posture in exercises like pistol squats, bridges, and even pull-ups. A lack of mobility and flexibility is another reason imbalances develop. Tight muscles pull your body out of alignment, making movements less efficient and increasing strain on the joints. If your shoulders are tight, for example, your overhead pressing strength will be compromised, and your body will start compensating in ways that put unnecessary strain on your lower back and neck. Similarly, if your hip mobility is poor, deep squats and single leg exercises will feel restricted and unbalanced. Over time, these mobility restrictions reinforce imbalances by making certain muscles work harder than they should, while others stay underdeveloped. One of the biggest mistakes that leads to imbalances is rushing through reps with poor form. When you train too fast with improper technique, your stronger muscles take over while the weaker ones stay inactive. This not only prevents weaker muscles from catching up, but also ingrains faulty movement patterns that are harder to fix later. For example, if you're doing push-ups and your dominant side is pushing harder while your weaker side lags behind, every rep you do is reinforcing that imbalance rather than correcting it. Ignoring these imbalances doesn't just make you lopsided, it actively blocks your progress. If one arm or leg is significantly stronger than the other, your dominant side will always do more work, meaning the weaker side never gets the chance to catch up. This imbalance limits your ability to progress in fundamental movements like push-ups, pull-ups, dips and pistol squats. Worse, if left unchecked, it will eventually stop you from advancing to more complex skills like planches, levers and one-arm push-ups. It also dramatically increases your risk of injury, because when one side of your body is absorbing more stress than the other, the overloaded muscles and joints will eventually break down. So, how do you fix these imbalances? The first and most important step is incorporating unilateral training into your routine. Instead of relying solely on bilateral movements like regular push-ups and squats, start incorporating single arm and single leg variations. For push-ups, archer push-ups and single arm push-up negatives force each side to work independently, correcting imbalances over time. For pulling strength, archer pull-ups and single arm rows help balance out your back muscles. When training legs, split squats, pistol squats and single leg glute bridges are excellent tools to restore lower body symmetry. The key is to always start with the weaker side first and let it dictate the number of reps so it can gradually catch up with the dominant side. Another critical step is ensuring balance between push and pull training. If your workout program is heavily push focused with lots of push-ups and dips but very few pull-ups and rows, you're setting yourself up for imbalances and potential shoulder problems. For every pushing exercise, make sure you're incorporating a pulling movement to maintain structural balance. Additionally, strengthening the posterior chain is crucial. Exercises like glute bridges, Nordic curls and reverse planks will help reinforce proper lower body mechanics, improving knee stability and lower back health. Training with strict control is another essential strategy. Slowing down your reps and emphasizing controlled negatives forces your weaker muscles to activate properly, rather than allowing your stronger side to dominate the movement. Filming your workouts can also be a game changer. By recording yourself, you can spot subtle differences in how each side moves and make adjustments before small imbalances turn into bigger problems. At the end of the day, muscle imbalances are more than just an inconvenience. They are a major obstacle to reaching your full potential in calisthenics. If you don't address them, they will limit your strength, slow down your skill development and increase your risk of injury. But the good news is that you have the power to fix them. By incorporating unilateral training, balancing your push and pull work, strengthening your posterior chain and maintaining control over your movements, you can eliminate weak links, break through plateaus and build a body that is not just strong, but also resilient, pain-free and capable of handling any challenge. So next time you train, don't just go through the motions. Pay attention to your weak points, attack them with purpose and watch your progress skyrocket. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who might need help with fixing muscle imbalances. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel to support my work. I'll see you in the next session.